Guys, I want to first start off with an apology. I've had a lot to do this week and really wasn't able to fit making a video into the schedule. I already know that I am behind with part 3 of the Volume 9 wishlist video, so cut me some slack in the comments. I do want to say sorry for the lack of uploads for the past few days, however, things have calmed down a bit, so the videos should be dropping every other day again. If you guys have not seen part 1 or part 2, this video is pretty much a breakdown of what people would like to see in the upcoming volume and a bit of my opinion on the things that are stated. The question that was asked is, what are the top things that you guys want to see the most in Volume 9? It can be anything, quality of life features, cars, tracks, etc. I would highly encourage anyone who has not seen the part 1 and 2 to check those out first, but it's not required. If you all enjoyed today's video, make sure to drop a like and subscribe, and remember to check me out on Twitch. I know I say this every video, but I've been seeing more and more people tune into the streams, and we have a good time over there live. So make sure to go ahead and drop a follow over there as well. The Discord is also where we all hang and where much of the community is. So if you have that, Discord that is, we'd love for you to be a part of the family. But besides that, let's get straight into the video. The first comment is by Mad J Man, who said, I think I said this in one of your streams before. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out the Twitch. But the ability to just open up the tuning on any car, so we have any car at 100% grip or 100% drift or anywhere in between. As a grip racer, this would be one of the top things I'd love to see in Volume 9. I 100% agree, and I do not know why this isn't an option for every car. I get that they wanted each car to have, a different handling variety, but at the same time, you can't help but wonder how a car would feel if it were to be 100% grip or 100% drift. A lot of the time, racers run into the problem where a car will feel good, but if you push it too hard with either acceleration or trying to drift the car, it will either spin out or go sideways. I feel this problem would be fixed if cars could be as grippy as possible with no room for loss of traction, or if a car could be as drifty as possible. Take the RSR for example. A great car in grip, but it can only go to 80%. And there are times where even though the grip is high, it can still spin out if not being driven carefully. Imagine what it would be like if the car could be pushed to 100% grip. Great recommendation for the game. The second comment is by Solo19 Studio 17, who stated, we have hella supercars. I want more low-end tuners like old Need for Speeds. Off-road races wouldn't be bad. Option for Contact Drift Pro would be fun for tandems. Adding older cars is something that a lot of the community wants, and I have talked about it a few times, so I will just briefly explain my thoughts. Overall, I think it would be a great addition to the game and would provide more advantages than downsides for sure. I do, however, think that the game is going on a path that results in more newer cars being brought into the game due to them trying to cater towards a younger audience. A lot of younger gamers either do not know about these older cars or do not care about the older cars as much as the shiny new ones. Just my personal thoughts on it. Please do not take it as a fact stated by EA or Criterion. But like I said, I am in agreement. A lot of older cars are missing, and them being added would be great. Off-road races, or rumble races as they are called in Unbound, were a great addition to the game that seemed to never be touched again. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they have not added any new rumble races into the game since their release, have they? The rumble races are not available on PvP, and they are pretty much dead in every free roam lobby, even when they are boosted. It's crazy to look back and see that, because rumble races were so popular back then, and now they're a thought in the wind that people tend to forget even exist. If they were to revamp the mode and even add some new tracks, I also think it would be a great addition to the new volume. It doesn't have to be the main focus of the update, but just a small thing to add to give players who like to race on dirt something to do. I do not drift myself, but watching a little bit of drifting and looking into the drifting community, they agree that they should be given the option to turn contact on or off when starting up a drift race, and whatever they choose gets sent out to the lobby. I do not know if Criterion would make a separate PvP section for Contact Drift Pro, but it could happen. It is possible to drift in free roam with Contact, but the fun of it is in the racing, I would assume, right? The third answer is from that GTR 3597. I want to see Toyota back in the Need for Speed again since they are in the new Need for Speed mobile game. Make it impossible to squeeze higher tier cars into A or A plus races, more wrap space, snowy weather in December, which is a new one, I haven't seen that before, and more body kits and parts for older cars. Why Toyota is in the mobile game but not in Unbound, who knows, right? But it would be nice for them to be added. Toyota has been brought up in every part of this series, so that's all I'm going to say about that. If you guys want to know my thoughts on Toyota and what other people have said, make sure to go ahead and check out part 1 and part 2. Now, making it impossible to squeeze higher tier cards into A and A+, I don't really agree with. I think it provides a lot of variety into the game and allows people to use cards on the tracks that they want to use them on. If you had said higher tier cards into B class, then I would 100% agree, since that tier is meant for slower cars in general. But anything past that, I think it's a healthy balance of allowing people to bring down lower cars. I am not even talking about meta here, because meta will be meta regardless of the class it's in. Even if the car couldn't be brought down, the class that they are in anyway would be the best. But it is cool to bring Lambos down to A+, or have a Porsche do some races in A. I think the ability to bring cars up and down classes is one of the best features in Unbound and separates it from a lot of other games in the Need for Speed franchise, as well as the racing genre in general. More wrap space is 100% a must. I can't tell you how many times I just wanted to simply change the color of my car and do a tiny edit to a wrap I made, but can't because all the wrap slots are taken. Now you gotta exit the menu and go select another car, delete a wrap for that, then go back to your new car and add the wrap. It's annoying and something Criterion should have seen coming, considering Need for Speed is a car customization game that leans heavy into the customizing part. But then again, the game completely breaks when you have a bunch of cars in your garage, even though it lets you do it. So if Criterion were to fix the game and optimize it to allow more wraps, then by all means. But they just can't add that feature and then the game blue screens every time you want to add a new wrap to the collection, right? Now for snow. A change of scenery for holidays and for seasons in general would be nice. The city that Unbound takes place in definitely gets snow in real life, so why is it not in the game? Probably because it requires time and effort that the team does not have. However, driving in snow and have it sit on your car and the scenery change, that would be amazing. Of course, give the option to turn it off, and the snow wouldn't have any real effect on driving, but it would just be nice to see a snow-covered city and snow-covered races. I've talked about body kits and why they're not present in the game, and the reasoning I have found is that the licenses for these body kits have not been renewed for the cars due to time or money. Because of this, they have not been added. But looking back at older Need for Speed games, it is kind of crazy how much stuff is missing in the small details from body kits like special exhaust and body panels. Let's add them back, Criterion. The fourth answer is from, and I hope I'm saying this correctly, Spedman360, who says, more hypercars like Bugatti, bring back other amazing cars like Ferrari Superfast, and a new racing pass with everything to have more cars or quicker updates. They better remove the annoying quest lock for some cars. It would be better to just have them as normal like in Heat, Payback 2015, etc. To be honest, I kind of agree with updating the racing pass to include better things, but I don't think that new cars should be in the racing pass at all. They should just be dropped on release, or just dropped periodically within the game's lifecycle. Why even wait for an update to drop cars? Quicker updates is something that I do not agree with at all though. The previous 3 to 4 updates have dropped with great content and not a lot of issues regarding things getting stale too quickly. And I think Criterion is taking the proper amount of time to make sure the updates are at least enjoyable for a bit. If they need time to make sure things are correct, then take all the time you need. I would rather the update be delayed or late than missing content and broken on release. But I do agree with the missions for cars needing to be removed. I personally think it's way too late in the game's life cycle to remove these, as they were in the game since day one, but the challenges were very annoying and honestly not practical for some of the cars you are trying to unlock. Having to buy one car to unlock another car that you still have to pay for always triggered me, and having to do a bunch of playlists to unlock a car that you still have to pay for anyway also rubbed me the wrong way. Hopefully they take this feedback and use it for the next Need for Speed game. The fifth response is from Just Waster, who says, 1. Give us a time attack mode where there is no oncoming traffic, so if we want to get fast times consistently without a random traffic car in your way. Also, we should be able to pick which track you want to choose besides picking a playlist and doing the other 2 races just to get the last race of the playlist you actually wanted to race in. Number 2. Please fix the frame rate issues and other issues that the dev team said that we fixed the problem, and give us more quality of life changes that will make this game feel more smoother than before. Number 3, he's talking about the glitch wave. Number 4, please give us back the pre-shifting. I don't know why it was removed from the game. In my opinion, it was a skill expression. For everybody that doesn't know what that is, or any people that are new to the game, manual players used to be able to shift their gears before the race would start and were able to launch in different gears than what we have now. They took that out way back then, like I think like volume 2, maybe 3, they took that out and they have not added it back. But anyway, for number 5, fix an issue of the gearing, because like the S13 and S2000 for example, 4th gear feels like it has lost power. Unlike every other gear, you don't lose power for some reason. Alrighty, yes, time attack is really needed in this game. It's almost like a missing feature considering the fact that this is a racing game and the game should give the player options to improve their times on tracks. Not only time attacks, but a dang leaderboard is missing as well. How are you supposed to know how you stack up against other players in the world or even your friends? This game is supposed to give us a great competitive feeling, but there really isn't any. You also mentioned single races like in Heat, which we have brought up before in one of the videos, and I agreed then and I agree now. Please just give us a competitive styled update, or it doesn't even have to be the face of the update, just a bit of it where a few quality of life changes happen that benefit those who have a competitive spirit. With frame rates, absolutely they need to be fixed. The issue with completing objectives in the game freezing needs to go as well. I'm surprised that it has gone on for this